Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna talk about Love Marriage Huntsville, Latisha Scott, and the scene where she was crying. Y'all, I hate to see these women cry on these shows, but we're also gonna dig into Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly's commentary about that scene because they both had a whole lot to say. And Carlos King even made a remark about Latisha being perceived as a weak woman on the show. And so y'all know I definitely want to get into that comment.
Like I said to y'all again, because y'all love to read me. I'm always right.
But on season 8, episode 7 of Love Marriage Huntsville, I felt like the cameras couldn't wait to zoom in on Latisha Scott shed those few tears behind something else her husband, Marsau, said to her on national TV once again. I agree with Latisha. It's so embarrassing to make her feel like you're talking to one of your children when you're trying to make a point. But honey, when she is fed up with it, maybe she will give Marsau a taste of his own medicine one day. And I hope the camera zooms so far in on him and we can see all the frowns and crust in his face, because as many times as he has embarrassed his wife, he is going to deserve every bit of what Latisha gives him. Hopefully one day, y'all. Now, Dr. Heavenly and Carlos King had a lot to say about that scene. Dr. Heavenly believes that Latisha cried because she was tired of Marsau not supporting her and tired of him speaking to her disrespectfully in front of the cameras, suggesting that Latisha's tears were a response to feeling undermined and unsupportive publicly. But on the other hand, Carlos King sees Latisha crying differently. Now, he suggested that Latisha wanted Marsau's approval regarding her behavior at Miss Nell's birthday party and feels that Latisha is trying to show a stronger side to herself. Fans might perceive Latisha's actions as influenced by alcoholic beverages instead of her just trying to show a stronger side to herself. Now, there is a discussion about Latisha's portrayal on the show and her public perception, with some feeling like she's trying to break away from being seen as a submissive wife. But this transformation may not be well received by fans because the debate includes whether alcohol played a role in her behavior at Miss Nell's birthday party and whether it influenced her actions. So in going back to the scene with Latisha, when Latisha was at Miss Nell's birthday party, that scene is being referred to as the turned up Tisha scene. Dr. Heavenly gave it that name and stated that she was not feeling this energy from Tisha that she gave in that scene, and says that does not represent who Latisha really is. And y'all know in previous seasons, Latisha is really not that girl to check anybody, okay? But over the last 2 seasons or so, she has been trying to slowly show us a different side to her. But truth be told, honey, I just feel like she messed that up because it's really not gonna work in her favor, especially with fans thinking the only reason Latisha had enough courage to stand up to Miss Nell was because she was drinking. And we don't know for sure if the alcoholic beverages had an effect on what was said out of Latisha's mouth, but she's making it hard to debate whether or not it was or it wasn't, because people ain't crazy and they know how having a few alcoholic drinks can make someone act differently. So if this is not the image Latisha wanted, she probably shouldn't have been drinking on the show in the first place. And so under this post on Latisha's IG, someone wrote, "You look very cute, but I was a little disappointed about last night's episode. We get it, you're not going to be walked on anymore, but please don't try so hard to prove you have a voice. Stay sweet and pull out Latisha when necessary. Love you." Another fan wrote, "I was a super fan, but guess the new Tisha, new in all capital letters, has liquid courage, or do you just don't want any friends? Getting a little too old for your behavior, and besides, it was Miss Nell's night, right?" And so again, y'all, Dr. Heavenly says she doesn't believe that this is who Latisha really is, and she think that's the point Marsau was trying to get across to his wife. Dr. Heavenly believes when Marsau called Latisha out about her actions at Miss Nell's birthday party, and then she started tearing up in that scene, that it wasn't because her husband was correcting her, but she was crying in that scene because he corrected her in front of the cameras. And to be honest with you, I really think that's what it is. Carlos King chimes in and says, "I get that." And I think most of us as fans get that as well, that she doesn't want to be corrected in front of the camera. So hopefully Marsau understood that. Now, Carlos says that when Latisha comes on the scene, honey, she usually does not come in with an agenda, and she comes in as herself. He even said in season 8 that she is really getting good at defending herself now, but says his heart went out to Latisha because it seems like she is sick and tired of people thinking she is like this weak woman. And when Marsau checked her, it brought something out of Latisha because she gets the perception from fans that she is a weak woman. And he believes Latisha wants acknowledgement from Marsau and to show that he understands her. So, y'all, that's what Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly had to say as they reviewed and wrapped up episode 7. And I just want to say, I don't think that Latisha is a weak woman. Now, she does choose to overlook rumors that talk about her marriage, but that does not make her a weak woman at the end of the day. And honey, I know that's an unpopular opinion, but we all have an opinion, like Tiffany said at the reunion, and it's okay for y'all to have one too. So before I wrap up this video, one last thing Dr. Heavenly mentioned was that the other husbands on these different reality shows, they back their wives up, whether they are right or wrong. And Marsau should not have came on camera to make it seem like Latisha did something wrong, because if he was going to check her, he should have waited until after the cameras were off. But while they were on, he should have backed her up, dressed it up for TV, and made Latisha look and feel good. And honey, I agree. So how do y'all feel about Carlos King saying that Latisha is trying to prove herself because she is being looked at the fans as a weak woman? I feel like with him saying it as a producer, that's how he's just gonna try to turn the narrative. Now, I love how Latisha spoke up for herself towards Marsau, and she told him what she is feeling. But I hope she don't think that just at one time is gonna fix the way how he speaks to her in front of the cameras. Honey, Marsau is one of the men where it's gonna take a couple of times. And y'all, as long as Latisha and Marsau have been together, I think they've been together like 16 or 17 years now. It's hard to get a man to change when they are so stuck in their ways and they are just used to acting like they somebody daddy. In Latisha's case, I mean, this is the same Tisha who also let her husband go to Africa by himself and didn't see anything wrong with it. But honey, that's a story for a different day. So Latisha, in my opinion, needs to keep standing up for herself, stand on business like Melody say, if she doesn't want Marsau to continue to talk to her like that in front of the cameras. Honey, let that Bessamore side come out and set Marsau straight every single time. He can take it. He a grown man. But y'all, those are my thoughts. Leave yours in the comment section of this video. As always, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.